Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WWE Universe as I give you the lowdown of all the matches that are coming up for this year's Hell in a Cell, which takes place on October 25th, which is, in fact, next week. Next weekend, not this weekend, but the next. But at least we've got a few matches set in place for this upcoming pay-per-view, which is kind of shaping up to be a very interesting pay-per-view, to say the least. So starting things off, we've got our glimpse of Charlotte as our new Divas champion taking on Nikki Bella. This is the rematch from Night of Champions. This is kind of setting the stage for these two to be probably the top class of WWE Divas right now. But the interesting thing is, though, will this set up the rivalry between Paige and Charlotte? Well, I believe it could lead up to this sort of rivalry, but of course we don't really know too much of what's going down with Paige. It looks to me that Paige may have a match with Natalya at some point, and it's likely to probably take place during Hell in a Cell if they set it up last minute. As well as that, Ryback has just been announced to get his rematch against Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental title. This was kind of expected because of the fact that Kevin Owens won the Intercontinental Championship and then beaten Ryback during Night of Champions to win. So, of course, Ryback's been on the hunt to get his championship back, and this is going to continue at Hell in a Cell. But like I said, really, I mean, who knows? Who knows what the intentions are for Ryback? But either way, this is going to be an interesting Intercontinental title match for sure, and we'll have to see how both men perform on their second battle for the championship. And then, of course, the kickoff match will be Randy Orton and Dean Ambrose have been moved over to kickoff to take on Harper and Storman, two members of the Wyatt family who have really been causing the wrath between Ambrose and Orton, and it'll be interesting to see how those two collide just under nearly 10 days and counting when Hell in a Cell arrives. So we'll see. And then, of course, the Dudley Boys again are on the hunt for those tag team championships against the New Day as the New Day and Dudley Boys rivalry continues, and we have no doubt the Dudley Boys will do whatever they can to win those titles, and I wouldn't be surprised if Hell in a Cell does lead into the Dudley Boys winning the championships. But then again, are the New Day going to do whatever they can to win? Well, are they going to cheat their way to win? I wouldn't be surprised, but we'll see how things perform at Hell in a Cell for sure. And then, of course, Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt are going to meet inside Hell in a Cell. This is the first of the two Hell in a Cell matches that have been set up for this year's Hell in a Cell. And hopefully this is going to end with a Roman Reigns victory. But then again, it could also end with a Bray Wyatt victory inside Hell in a Cell. But we'll see what happens at this year's Hell in a Cell. And then, of course, we also have the Demon Kane is about to get his WWE World's title opportunity against Seth Rollins. Of course, we all know Kane has an issue with Seth Rollins during the course of the year, and this is going to set up for these two to finally go at it one-on-one at the pay-per-view. So we'll see will Kane become new WWE World's Champion, or will Seth Rollins keep his gold intact? And then, of course, finally, the main event, as always, Brock Lesnar, Undertaker meet inside Hell in a Cell. This is going to be the final chapter of these two's big, long rivalry, which has been escalating throughout the course of 2015. Even last year, it kicked off at WrestleMania 30 when Brock Lesnar broke the undefeated streak of the Dead Man himself, and then, of course, it landed to SummerSlam when The Undertaker finally had his opportunity to get his hands on Brock. And now it comes to this Hell in a Cell match just a few years after their first encounter in Hell in a Cell. It's going to be interesting to see how things have changed over the years between these two men. But either way, that is basically Hell in a Cell for you guys, and it's certainly going to be interesting to see how this year's Hell in a Cell is going to play out. And yeah, I have no doubt it's going to be a very interesting pay-per-view to say the least. So until then, guys, I'll see you all guys very, very soon for another for my Hell in a Cell review very soon.